F1.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Coach Learning Session. This week it's going to be part 2 of our Facebook growth. Last time we looked at Facebook organic growth. Today we're going to be looking at how we can use. I've been locked out of my Facebook account, so I wanted to give you a demonstration, walk you through and actually launch a campaign we're looking to do at Coaching Minds. So to give you some tips and things to think about when you're launching your campaigns to grow your coaching business. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm just going to share with you some things you need to consider, some things you need to put into practice, into place, and a little bit of a kind of summary that you need to pull up before you even think about investing money into Facebook. So many coaches, so many people who are selling digital products or services, they dive straight in and they burn loads of money on Facebook because they don't know what they're doing. And I'd recommend you looking to seek out a digital marketer who specializes in driving traffic. If that's what you want to do, if you want to drive traffic and people to purchase from you, then I would look for a digital trafficker who will be able to help and assist you with this. If you think there's a problem with your content, then what you need is a copywriter. So you need to understand the different stages on this marketing journey. There's going to be different expertise that you need. So if you don't think your content is attracting the right people or it's not bringing people towards you, then you need to look at a copywriter. If you just think your content is good, you've been getting a lot of people who engage with your content saying it's fantastic, then you need more eyes to see that. So you need to start to look at a digital trafficker. So seek that out to get extra support. I'm going to give you my tips and what I've learned on my journey as both a coach and what we've done here at Coaching Minds as well from experience. So first of all, we're going to look at why Facebook, just a reminder of why we should grow ourselves on Facebook. We're going to look at things that we need to consider and before we even jump in and set up an ad campaign. And then the other thing we're going to look at is my 5 key tips for Facebook ads that you will need to put in place if you really want to make it successful. The purpose of this video is so you get a better understanding of, or at least a basic understanding of how Facebook ads works. So you're not just going in, throwing money and getting nothing in return. So why Facebook? Facebook has 3.05 billion monthly users, which we talked about in our last session, and it has 2.09 billion daily users. So the amount of people that are using Facebook right now is huge. There's lots of people, everybody's on their phones right now. So if you want to get people's attention, Facebook is one of the great places to do that. Last week, we looked at how we can grow organically. How do we start to get our followers up, our engagement up on Facebook? Now, organic is great if you want to grow in terms of your credibility and your trust and have a large following on a profile. But the ads are there to help you make some money. They're for you to sell your services as a coach. And you need to really think about and ways in which you do this. So you're not wasting a lot of time, you're not wasting a lot of money, and you're starting to bring people through your coaching practice. So let's take a look at the key message for today. So if you please take away any key point from today's session, it's this. Use the promote button. And if you ask any digital marketer, they will tell you the nickname for this button is the devil's button. So this is an easy way for you to maybe get a few more likes on a piece of content or a post, or get a few more followers onto your Facebook profile. But it's not going to help you get out and hit the target audience that you need. You will be burning money if you click promote. This is Facebook's way of easily taking your money from you and easily allowing you to get a little bit more following so you think it's worth it. It's not worth it. And one thing I need to mention, if you're thinking about Facebook ads, you need to have a professional profile in place. And what I would recommend as a coach, that you don't have a coaching profile, but actually take an author's profile. An author's profile will give you more reach. It's more tuned towards the algorithms on Facebook. So select an author's profile over a coach's profile when you set up the professional choices. And then design yourself an ebook, design yourself a book if you've got a book published, so it meets the requirements of having a professional profile. If not, go coaches. This means it's going to be more difficult for you to grow organically. Okay, so things to consider. So first thing I just mentioned, do not hit the promote button. You're going to burn your money, you're going to waste your money, and all you're going to get is a few more followers or likes on your professional page. First thing there is you need to have, before you even jump in and start to look at Facebook ads, you need to know what the purpose or the target of your campaign is. What's the reason you're going to put money into this campaign? What's the reason you want to set this up and attract more people? Are you looking to grow your page? So do you want more likes on your personal page? Do you want to get a piece of content out further? Or do you want to sell a service? Do you want people to start to book discovery sessions with you? Do you want to sell a course? Start to think about what the purpose or the target of your campaign is. Now, I'd recommend that you don't use Facebook ads for growth. In terms of growing your profile, getting more likes on content, and one of my tips we'll talk about later on is the return on investment. You want to be selling something when you use Facebook ads. With the money you put in, you want to be recuperating that back. Doesn't mean they have to sign up and click a link there. I'm going to be talking about different ways in which you can do this, but you want to aim to start to make some money from your Facebook ads. Whether it's at the first point in your marketing funnel or later on, you want to look at the return on investment. So I wouldn't advise it just to grow your Facebook profile. Second thing is you need to know who your target audience is. You need to think of the demographics. If you prefer, are you working with males and females? Are you looking for a certain age range? Where are they located in the world? You need to think about the demographics of your customer. You also need to think about not just the location, age, gender, but you also need to start to look at what interests they have. So Facebook have a lot of interests. When we start to engage in things on social media, we start to develop interests on algorithms. So Facebook can find the right people for you. So maybe you want to find people that are interested in coaching, that are interested in psychology, that are interested in personal development, personal growth, people who are signed up to anxiety and stress groups, or whoever your target audience is. Think about interests that are going to attract them. Maybe you're doing some yoga. Maybe you've tied in some other stuff into your coaching. Think about how you reach those people and what those demographics look like. Third thing to think about is your budget or your ad spend. How much money do you want to put into this? And then think about from there, okay, am I going to stretch this ad out for 3 days and put in $100? Am I going to put in $10 a day for 10 days? You need to think about your ad spend and your budget. And then that links in also to our ROI, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on, our return on investment. So think about how much you want to put in there, and then also how much you are hoping or aiming to get back. So you have a target, again, going to your purpose and target of your campaign. And finally, one thing that a lot of coaches forget to think about is using multiple ad sets. So you can create a campaign, okay, and you can set out multiple ad sets on that campaign to different people. Things like just color psychology, changing the color of the background you do on a video, changing a style or the heading or the text when people receive it. So you can start to test and look at what actually works and what's engaging with people. And you can do, 2-3 different ad sets. It's all within your budget. So you set your budget anyway, and you can start to see which of the ad sets is working more. You can start to turn off ones that don't work and focus more on the ones that are working. And we're going to talk more about tips and things to think about. But before you get into any Facebook ads work, you need to have these 4 things in place. And with the use of multiple ad sets, so you need the budget, you need the demographics, you need the purpose and target for your campaign, but you also need to think about what those different ad sets are going to look like and what changes you're going to make to your content that are going to attract and allow you to analyze what works. When you start to look at digital marketing and you really want to get into it and you really want to focus and you really want to sell, you need to start to see and analyze everything. It takes little tweaks, little twists, so you can start to attract the right people and sell only from your online business. So 5 tips for you to take away today. Be clear on your target audience. The more clear you are on the type of people you want to work with, and the more information you put into Facebook, the easier it is to find the people that are more suited and more likely to buy from you. Don't fall into the trap that a lot of people do by putting demographics and putting multiple locations, and then Facebook will tell you you're going to reach 2 million people. That's fantastic. But you want to reach a smaller amount of specific people that are more likely to purchase from you and fall on passive eyes that are not going to engage with your content. So think about that. The more clear you are, don't worry about the numbers of the people that's going to reach. Worry about what your content is saying, how you're expressing, is tailored to your target audience and how you have the demographics set up on the Facebook ad campaign to hit that target audience. It's all about driving sales here. You want to drive sales through Facebook ads. You don't want to be wasting your money. The second thing is install a Facebook pixel onto your website for analytics. So as I mentioned, digital marketing is all about analyzing. You need to start to look at that journey from the time you've got that campaign set up. And so let's give you an example. You've got a course or a program or a discovery call. And then on the Facebook ad, it says, click here to book a call or click here to purchase my service. You click there, and then maybe people are seeing it. Maybe people, it's very there. Lots of people are clicking that button, which you can see on the campaign, how many clicks you get. So let's say it's reached 200 people, 100 people are clicking. That's a 50% click rate, which is good. But then you're still not getting any sales or any discovery calls booked. And then you can start to look at, with a Facebook pixel, you can then track at what parts on that journey on your website people are clicking and stopping. Because then it allows you to understand where the block is for people taking that next step to buy your service or to book that call with you. So Facebook Pixel allows you to do this. And it's very important that you analyze this every day. When you go into your Facebook, you're analyzing, you're into your campaign on a Meta. So you need to also set this up on Meta Business Suite as well. So this is tailored for people who are just starting and thinking about Facebook campaigns. But any questions you can ask me, but you need to look at your Meta Business Suite to get this set up on your professional profile. You can go in there and you can analyze, things from the back of your Facebook pixel, which is plugged in to your website as well. So you can start to look at what part of that journey is being a little bit stuck and then make changes and amendments. You can pause the campaign, make a few changes and put it back on for the next day and see if that improves and that's driving more traffic to your site. So think about the Facebook pixel and think about analyzing that journey, which is nicely moved on to tip 3, which is to monitor and analyze your campaign. You need to really understand what's going on. How many people are seeing it? How many people are clicking it? How many impressions you're getting? From that, how many people are signing up? So look at the percentage rates of clicking and start to understand. This is why we talk about the multiple ad sets. You can see if one ad set is performing better than the other, and you can start to understand why. Maybe the colors are more attractive on this. Maybe the message and the write-up is more attractive. But that's working, so you can turn that other one off and drive and spend more on this next ad send. So analyze that journey. Where are they stopping? Why do you think they're not going ahead and clicking? And one of the things we found when we were starting to look at people to book calls for the Coach Your Mind certification program is that the platform we use, MeetFox, when we saw a bit of feedback and we looked at it, they were clicking the ad. They really liked the video that we'd put out. They liked the write-up. They were clicking the ad. And then when you land on MeetFox, there's no button that gives you a clear indicator that this is where you need to click to book. So we missed that. We had to change that, put that in through our website, embed it into the website, and then track the pixel that way, which made things a little bit better and easy for people to jump in. So think about your call to action buttons. Things could be wrong from a call to action. You might have the wrong call to action. It might not be clear enough on how they need to do it. You need to really track and monitor all these things so you can get the great campaign and great post out there. And you might get it wrong the first time, the second time. So just start by putting little small amounts into your Facebook ads to get it right. But you only need to get it right once. So once you get it right once and you've seen that the campaign works, you can do it again and again and again and start to build up your business through investing into Facebook ads. So keep your return on investment, your ROI, at the forefront of your mind. Now, as I mentioned at the start, you shouldn't really be running campaigns, and it's up to you if you want to spend money on building numbers on Facebook. If numbers on Facebook are important to you in terms of how many likes your pages have, how many people are engaging with your content, that's fantastic. But for me, when it comes to investing money into Facebook ads, I want to make sure that I'm making a return on the investment. So if we're putting in $100, we need to be making more than $100 through what we're putting in there. And then you need to equate things. So, and we're going to talk about market funnel in a little bit, but you need to think about what is it worth for that return on investment. For us, likes and engagement on a post is not at the forefront. We want them to click and join our hub, for example. We want them to click and free course. We want them to click and pay for our foundations course or to book a call with us for a program. So that is what we're paying for. And then if you manage to get X amount of clicks and you get one sale for a program that you're selling for $500, then you know that you're making money on that 100. So what comes out of Facebook, and this goes back to tracking analytics and having the purpose of the target, what comes out of your Facebook campaign must be higher than what you're putting in. So if you're putting in $100, what do you want to achieve from that? Is 100 new signups to your ebook and get them registered, is that worth it for your $100? Is that a good investment for you? That could be your return on investment, because then you get into a funnel where you might make sales from it. You're getting some leads. So keep that at the forefront of your mind and making sure that your Facebook ad is generating you some benefits that are more than just engagement and impressions on the post. And finally, I just mentioned it briefly, think about your marketing funnel. So people don't use a Facebook ad to jump in. It's very, very likely that people are going to start to spend thousands of dollars through you by connecting with you on Facebook at the first instance. It takes about 7 connections with people, 7 interactions with people before they even think about buying from you. You need to keep that in mind. So if you're just posting, you've got a $5,000 course, a $3,000 course, you're going to be wasting money. A lot of people aren't going to sign up straight away. You need to generate what's known as a marketing funnel, which has what's known as a lead magnet at the beginning of it. And this could be anything from a free ebook to subscribing to your newsletter to having a free course. So essentially what you're doing is offering something for free to give value and show value to people. And then once they've engaged with that, they start to enjoy it, you have a low cost program or piece of work that you do or service that they can purchase from you. So maybe you have a $20 or $30 course or a $20 coaching session or something for them. So you want to move it down to getting the cost, and as they move down, as you can see on the funnel there, as they move down that funnel, as they engage with you more, as they invest more, they then want to understand, they build that trust, you build that credibility, they understand the value you have to offer, and then they'll start to purchase your high ticket programs. But people aren't, and think about it yourself, unless you can really see that organization or that coach is credible, you've engaged with them for a long time, finding someone new on the internet. You see this when you get your Facebook ads in the markets and people try to sell you stuff straight away. You don't know that person from Adam, so you're generally turned off. You're not really engaged in what they're doing. If you're a little bit interested, you look to spend a little bit just to learn a little bit more before you dive in and spend thousands of dollars. So think about your marketing funnel and attracting people towards your high ticket sales. And finally, those were the 5 tips, but it drives back to the same point that we were talking about last week, which is conscious content. You need to think about how good the quality and what you're putting out there is, and if it's engaging enough. There's no point spending lots of money on Facebook ads if the content that you're putting out there is really poor. If you have bad lighting, if you're not confident when you're driving and presenting in your video, if there's spelling mistakes in your posts, you need to get your content. Collaborate with other coaches, get your content checked out, get feedback, get this before you start to chuck out and start to ask for some money and finance through Facebook ads. So before you dive into Facebook ads, get your content checked. Again, I mentioned earlier on, you can go to a copywriter if you want a professional that works in that space, the language that are used to start to attract people in terms of sales and marketing. And, try not to be too salesy because it's starting to drive people away. People are losing confidence in the industry right now. But find a way in which you can inspire and really offer value. But it's important to come across confident and make sure there's no errors in the content that you're posting. So get it checked. And with that, that brings us to an end of today's session. So a lot of things to think about, but you need to sit back, digest all of this, take notes, and think about what a Facebook ad campaign, a successful Facebook ad campaign would look like for you before just chucking your money in there. It's a very strategic process that requires patience and commitment if you want to get this right. So thank you for joining today. If you've missed any previous sessions, you can catch them all by scanning the QR code. If you want to learn, connect, and grow more as coaches, you can join us at hub.coachingminds.co.uk. But please think about what you're doing before you dive into it and get successful Facebook ad campaigns off the ground. They can really work if you master it and do it right.